Jim, it's a disappointing defeat, but there would be parts of that game that you'd be really pleased with. I mean, Redditch with the best away record in the league, and we've made them work for large periods of that game.
Yeah, I think it's the worst that we've played since I've been here for 90 minutes. We did have a bad first half against Nuneaton and we rectified that second half. We just couldn't really get going today. I think it was just... You could blame the conditions maybe, but that's the same for both sides. You could, blame the fact that, we won away at Hales Owen and all of a sudden the mentality is we can beat anyone. But yeah, we were mindful obviously of how good Redditch are, especially away from home. They're a good side. They best team won on the day, and I think they are the best team that we've played collectively for 90 minutes as well. However, we made them look better because we were poor. The two goals that we conceded, the first one in 3.5 minutes of the first half, it's just really bad as far as we're concerned. It's come from the left, from a throw I think he was, and from where he scored from and where the ball's gone in, we've got to do so much better. He scored from almost a 6-yard box at the near post, and he's ran through 3 or 4, and we said at the moment we're just showing sometimes a little lack of organisation skills, and maybe that comes with some of the young lads that we've got in there, but it's really important. If you organise, you stop things like that happening, and we need to get that in our heads a little bit. And then obviously the second goal they scored, which was 23 seconds into the second half, again same as the first half, what you've said just before they go out is almost undone. Yeah, we lost Gaz in the first kind of 6-8 minutes, and his presence away at Hales Owen was important, so losing your captain that early, we had to adapt, but still, we've got enough players in there that can do the job. So didn't get going, and obviously, the only time we did really get going and show a bit of tempo was the last 15-20 minutes, just after Ty had scored. So yeah, we lost on the day. Losing isn't a problem to me, but in the way that we did was really disappointing.
What do you attribute the 2 goals down to? You mentioned they're both very early in the first half. Is that something that worries you, or do you just chalk that down to just something that's happened on the day and you're not really that worried about it happening going forward?
Not necessarily worried too much about the second goal, because I think that's easily spoken about how we can stop that happening again. But the first goal, that's almost like a organisation and a coaching discussion about where we need to be in certain areas. So we were pulling people out of certain areas that in the end that's where the ball has gone into. So we just have to organise and adapt, especially if you're a full-back or a centre-half on that side. You need to make sure that those doors are locked at all times, and using the people in front of you to nullify the spaces is what they need to do, and they didn't do that. The second goal is just simply they've took centre, we won the ball back. I think Sharp is unable to keep it or miscontrolled, and the ball's dropped to their lad. Langers, I think, has almost took it off. Harry, he's kind of flicked the ball to the lad, and again he's hit it straight down the middle of the goal. So many things if we were dissecting it about what we could have done better. But it was the general play as well. It's not just the goals. The general play today, we lacked fluidity. We didn't really find little pockets. We weren't working hard enough off the ball, which meant when we did get the ball, we weren't in spaces to be able to counter. So lots to do based on that, I feel.
Obviously we saw Gary Storer go off very early, you touched on it. Have you got anything you can update us with on there? What seems to be the problem with him?
Yeah, so everyone knows Gary has a knee problem, but it's actually his other knee. So it looked like a tackle down the Achilles, but he said he didn't really touch him, it's just the way he felt it crack. So he's limping at the moment, and we'll just have to see what happens, but I'll imagine the swelling will come out, and that could be 2, 3, 4, 6 weeks, who knows, but we'll just monitor that. But yeah, he knew at the time that it was a nasty one.
How difficult is it over the Christmas period to balance between professionality and sort of the human side of players? Because we all, Christmas Day like to have a lot of food, have a few drinks and that, but these players have got to go again on an early kick-off as well on Boxing Day. How do you get that across to them that, not to sort of ruin their Christmas Day, but to make sure they stay professional as well?
Yeah, look, everyone deserve to have a break and enjoy their time with their families. That's the most important thing in life. So, they've got that chance to do that. But also they know that the day after they've got a game to play. So both sets of players, I would imagine, will be enjoying their Christmas Day. Now it's their decision how they tend to do that. we just spoke about in there. Just don't be stupid. If you want to play to your optimum levels on Boxing Day, then you've got that decision to make on Christmas Day. No different to probably the last few years that we've had a Boxing Day game. So nothing changes. I don't feel that there's anyone in there that is stupid enough. They're really good lads. They're really switched on. If they were going to tell me by having a few beers and a shed load of turkey will make them play better, then I'd probably ask them to do that based on today. But hopefully it's there to enjoy, and they now need to turn around the performance from today.
We saw Phoenix Schultz get his first minutes, came on, looked very lively. Are you looking maybe to use him a little bit more? I know we said last week Harry Riley did a good job at right back and he's been solid for you. You may be starting to look to bring Phoenix into the fold a little bit more?
I thought Phoenix was excellent, like you just said there when he came on. I think the way that they played very narrow, it allowed us to try and get forward, and Phoenix naturally is probably that kind of player, so it suited him down to the ground. And when he was 1v1, offensively, he was able to get round or cause problems. So, yeah, he did really well. But he's still kind of coughing out a cold, so we've just been a little bit careful. But again, like I said last week, I'm sure that we'll see more of Phoenix and Neo as younger lads, as and when they're needed. So if that's Boxing Day, that's Boxing Day. But he's part of the squad, and at the moment he's been proving himself very well, and hopefully that continues.
Boxing Day as well, St Ives, it's an artificial pitch as well, changes the dynamics a little bit of how you play. Are you looking to maybe get the ball down a little bit without giving too much weight tactically? Are you looking to maybe use that more predictable surface to your advantage with some of the players you've got in the team?
I just think that there's types of players that probably do better on that surface than on grass, and vice versa. We might explore that, but ultimately as well, we're coming to a place that they've done well at home this year. St Ives are a good footballing side. They'll play with good energy. We first of all need to be able to match that, but yeah, we train on 4G weekly. The lads are used to that as well, so nothing different as far as what we'll ask them to do necessarily. I think good footballers can play on whatever standard of grass. We've still got good footballers that can play on this pitch. Unfortunately not today, but we have. So it'll be no different really. We'll be asking them to show a bit of heart and desire. I think we lack that a little bit today at times. Not purposely, I just think that's probably a motivational thing that we need to instill a bit more. Like we said before, we're probably not used to coming off the back of a win and trying to get a second win, so we need to try and ensure that we're working hard to try and change that. So yeah, Boxing Day on that surface, it'll be like no other. We will just prepare the same. We'll get them working hard and hopefully turn things around.
Jim, thank you for coming and joining us. Unfortunate about the result today, but try and enjoy your Christmas.
Yes.
And we'll see you on Boxing Day.
Will do. Thanks, Ed.
Cheers.